Hello, welcome to another episode of Soul Ready Love, where we explore that love is safe. And if it's not safe, it's not love. And this mini-series, we're focusing on singles and the hidden blocks to real love that what most singles never learn. But in this specific episode, it's how to tell if you're dating from loneliness or alignment. We have beautiful Dr. Andrea Horta.
Hi.
Naturopathic physician, amazing woman, and full of wisdom and experiences. And we're going to strive to bring some insight that will guide you and help you feel that love is safe. So in this episode, what would you like? Would you like to say something about how to tell if you're dating from loneliness or alignment?
So, well, first, I just want to make a little bit of a correction. It's naturopathic doctor, not physician. In Ontario and BC, it is physician. So I just wanted to make sure that's clear because, you know.
So I'm correct somewhere.
We have licensing that we have to follow. But anyways, back to the topic on being lonely. I feel like so many of us and so many of my clients and patients that I've seen have made decisions where they're married right now. And they've made decisions for many reasons, not just being lonely, but maybe because of money, maybe because of, the relationship status and what family has pressured them into. It isn't really what they want, but they feel like it's almost obligated that they have to go this way. It's what they do. And when you hear that, it's really tough because they're already full like a marriage and they already have kids, and now they're realizing, wow, I feel lonely now because I don't really have that alignment. So that I see a lot of.
Yeah, I find that I've had this experience myself, and a lot of my clients have had that too, is that it's worse. You're more lonely, you're lonelier single by married,
yes,
than if you're single by yourself.
Right.
When you're with the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm stuck. I'll never get out of this challenge. And that becomes very frightening. But I do believe that a lot of people, and there can be other reasons people want to have someone that makes them feel cool or financial security. But right now, a lot of people find someone out of desperation.
Mm. Especially if you're getting to a certain age.
Yes, exactly.
Totally. Getting to 40.
The worst
wow.
of my clients, like a woman around 33, 35, she wants to have babies, and now she's desperate. And now she's not going to look at, she doesn't really want to see this guy she's dating is not so good because she's only focusing on that. And then he becomes a sperm donor. And then the reality starts to settle in. So it's like desperation because your biological clock is ticking. It's a dangerous, dangerous part. So like if you're in that age range right now and you're starting to date, be aware that don't come from desperation. Yes, all of a sudden you go, oh, I actually want to have a family. Cool, now you're waking up, but you still need to do the right kind of dating where you want to find your best friend with chemistry. You can also download the happy relationship checklist for singles. I have one for couples, but I have one for singles. Download it because it will really help you to focus on how you can actually have a good friend that you can build a life on and not just a sperm donor. That's super dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But I must say, I was one of those women. I was so lonely. It was desperately lonely. And I have a good reason. Right. This is my sub-story. Mm-hmm. You're going to learn something about me. I had a twin that died beside me in utero. And since then I've worked for probably with maybe 15 other people who've had that. Apparently, one set of twin out of 9 actually makes it. All the other ones die. The twin dies. So there's a bunch of us walking on planet Earth, and when the twin dies, it's really weird because most singleton connect with mom, the heartbeat and all that. But when your twin dies, you're connected. The heartbeat is there. You get in harmony. You feel, and then when the heartbeat stops beside you, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, and I'll never ever be able to be connected ever again. So I was not conscious of that until my 30s, that this was because of my twin, until I learned to do the heart freedom method, the mind body work. And I was always like a heat-seeking missile, trying to find that being and never being able to find it. And I was so desperate, feeling so lonely, that if someone paid attention to me and they smell good, they look good, they were half decent, I would just go with them, just because I didn't want to be alone anymore, because the pain was almost unbearable of loneliness. So if you're feeling like this, maybe one of you listening to this and you feel like your whole life you felt extremely alone, well, you might have something like me going on. It's worth doing the work to free yourself, because it's such a relief when you find it. So again, coming from desperation, deep down underneath that, like at the core of all the challenges that happen in our lives, is the illusion that we are unworthy of love. Whether it's anger, jealousy, depression, sadness, yearning, all of these emotions, if you go to the core of all emotions, is feeling that we are unworthy of love. And that is what creates loneliness, because it shuts down your heart. And I've done this. I've traveled around the world all by myself so many times. And if I went on a trip all by myself, going, oh, here I am going, all by myself again, to be lonely, then I had, that's so much fun. But if I decided, actually, I'm going to have a good time, and I said, I would open my heart to myself, I would always find amazing people, have amazing experiences. So I know myself from experience, if you feel lonely, it's not because you are alone, it's because you have shut down your heart to yourself, asking, what's wrong with me? Why is it, I can't find somebody to be with me? And as soon as you do that, you shut it down your heart, and you'll feel alone. You can be around with your family, they all care about you, your friends, but if you're listening like, what's wrong with me? Why am I single? Why is it like, am I a big loser? Why is this happening to me over and over again? Then, so if you, like, even I dated this man in New Jersey, so we got to see each other maybe 5 days a month, and we were together for like 6 years. And I would feel so lonely when I shut down my heart. And when I opened up my heart to him, and I would just focus on, loving him, then I didn't feel alone. But as soon as I would go, what's wrong with me? I want to have him with me right now, and then I would feel so alone, so needy. So if you're feeling lonely right now, do the work to connect with your own heart. And you're going to see, as soon as you open your heart, all of a sudden you feel better. You feel connected. You feel at one with the people around you, with the universe, with all that is. But when we shut down the heart because, what's wrong with me? I'm alone again. Why is everybody in a couple but me? I had one of my assistants. She was amazing, but she came from this Macedonian family, and everybody was bugging her because, like, why aren't you married yet? What's wrong? Why don't you have someone to be with you?
Pressure.
And the pressure of doing it. So she didn't settle. Thank goodness she was working with me. She did her work, and then she ended up meeting this great guy, and they're super happy together. While in the meantime, the rest of her family, they're all splitting up, all divorced, sleeping in different rooms. So don't succumb to the pressure. Don't judge yourself because you see other people who are in relationship who are often just hooked up because they wanted to be like the other ones in their family.
Circumstance. And you see that a lot in social media too, because there's even more pressure when you're looking at other people's social media and it looks like it's all beautiful. Like, oh, they have it all together. But meanwhile, some of those pictures that they take, they don't actually reflect what's really going on.
Just like we had here in Toronto, remember when they had the cardiologist and the woman, she was a GP, and the cardiologist, like, he had all these pictures on Facebook and all that, and he ended up killing her.
What?
Yeah, that was about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, that's a terrible story.
Yeah, so...
but I was, just to add to that, I was single, and I remember meeting someone, this is before when my friend of mine was at a bar, she was leaving to go somewhere, and we all went to go say bye to her, and I met a guy that was there, and he was a beautiful guy. And he was like, yeah, he's like, it's so interesting. I would love to take you out again. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. So we start to exchange information. And he shows me his socials. And I look at his socials, and it's like him and a partner and a little child holding hands. And I'm like, I'm confused. Are you taken? Because I'm just not interested in that at all. And he's like, no. He's like, I know it's a little bit complex, but the family back home in Hungary or whatever still thinks that we're married. And so that's why we're keeping all the pictures the same, but I'm actually really single. And I said, oh, I'm like, bless your heart. I really wish you the best, but that's too complex for me. And I was like, oh, he was so sexy. I was like, that really sucked. But I mean, it had to be. That's too complex. Like, you know, so even what you see isn't really the truth. You know what I mean? So
yeah, social medias can be so tricky because of that. So, what do you think of this episode? Please comment and share if you enjoy the episodes, because we're doing this because we want to help as many people find true love and experience true love, because this is how we can change the whole world. The more people know they are worthy of love, love who they are, experience love, the less wars, the less, challenging things happen, because love is safe, and if it's not safe, it's not love, and you create all kinds of challenges. So, bye for now.
See you.